Hello, beauties. Happy Wednesday. Hope that you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful week thus far. I'm just going to take a moment and I want to go over and give you guys just an overview, a complete overview of my new Smile card making workshop. It's going to create 40 cards, you guys. 40. Holy smokes, right? So I'm going to go through and I'm going to give you guys a peek at that from start to finish. I'm sorry for a moment. I'm just pulling up on my laptop in front of me so that I can see if any questions come in. But I want to give you guys an up close look at this workshop and also let you guys know how you can earn all the Cricut pieces as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So it has been a while since I have done a large workshop. Like, it's been a while. So I did a card workshop for May. I already have a scrapbooking workshop created for June that I'm very excited to show you guys. But let's dive into this and have a peek at it, okay? So my card making workshop is going to come with a complete set of cutting files. So you guys are going to be able to completely dissect your paper very quickly and efficiently to create the 40 cards. If you want to create all 40 of them, or if you guys want to create 20 of them, it's kind of structured in a way that the workshop is going to create two each of 20 individual designs. So it makes for a total of 40, but you can split it down the middle if that is what you choose to do. I do have some close to my heart consultants that also enjoy getting my files in support of their own business. And so this would be a really fun card class for them as well. If you guys want to read more about that and grab the files from PayPal, you can hop over to the blog. It's justcrazyblessed.blogspot.com, and you'll see the information on how you guys can grab that. And you are welcome to offer it to your own customers. So you're going to have a document inside the Google folder that is called The Rest of the Story. And that is just just a few little things to let you know, like this particular Rest of the Story, I talked about the structure of the workshop, that it's two each of 20 designs, talks a little bit about just some very workshop specific things, but there are no step-by-step instructions with my workshops. My work is very, very simplistic. And so it's much like putting a puzzle together. When you guys are looking at the box, you can usually look at the picture and put it together with no trouble. If you run into trouble, you're most welcome to reach out to me, and I'm happy to serve in that way. I just don't really think that you will. So your Rest of the Story is going to have also your supply listing on there. The supply listing is also over on the blog post. So you'll know exactly what colors of ink pads I use, what colors of markers I use. So if you don't have those things in your stash, you know to grab those on your order when you're qualifying to receive the files. So you're going to have just your standard things on the Rest of the Story document. Now, the next document that is your photo reference is going to have all of the up-close pictures of each of the completed cards. And as I said, guys, I cannot even remember the last time that someone even had to reach out to me and ask me a question about how to assemble something on a workshop, because the work is so simplistic. You can put it together based on the picture. So you have a picture of all 20 individual designs. Remember, this is going to create 40 total to each of the 20 designs. And then you guys will have a full cutting guide to go through and decipher. So you're going to have your 6 sheets of your pattern paper that you will cut with a paper trimmer. Okay. And you can see here, since it's creating 2 each of 20 designs, every little piece has a buddy. Okay. So on looking at the cutting guide, you can see 5 1/4 by 4 in the C16. The 16 is going to tell you which card it goes to. Now, what I absolutely suggest, this is going to be the deal breaker, whether you put these together pretty efficiently or whether you do a lot of sorting and measuring and digging through your piles. When you guys are going through and you're cutting your papers, what I absolutely encourage you to do is to go ahead and sort them out into the card numbers. So you can make little piles on the floor next to you. You can use a counter next to you, but you have 20 individual designs. So make 20 little different piles. If you don't have space to put 20 piles of paper in your working area, you can stack them up in between the sheets of the card photos. Or I always like to share, I had a customer years ago that told me that she has the little accordion, little coupon booklets, and she'll label those little spaces, and that tells her where to put all of her card pieces, and she can keep them organized that way. The reason why this is so important is because if you guys just go and cut up, let's just say, all of the pink pattern paper, you just cut it all up like the guide says, put it in a pile, move on to the orange piece, right? By the time you go back to assemble your cards, you're having to actually dig through all of the pieces in the pink, the pieces that are in the orange. You're having to dig them out. You don't know which one goes with what card, so you're measuring them to see which one will fit. And it's just a mess, an absolute mess. So just go ahead and sort them as you pull them off of your paper trimmer, okay? I absolutely promise you, you can thank me later. So sort them as you cut them. I already mentioned that the number here is going to tell you which card it goes to. So this is going to go in pile number 16. This is going to go in pile number 3. They all have buddies, so you have 2 of everything. Card number 6. The hashtag means you're going to flip it over. And you guys, of course, can use which side of the paper you wish. But if you want yours to look like mine, you will flip them over if there's a hashtag. So again, when they come off your paper trimmer, just flip them over when they go into your piles. That way you're not looking for a piece that is flipped over and you think you have the wrong pattern. Again, it just like saves lots of time and lots of headache. Trust me, I am speaking from experience. So you've got your trimmer cuts. There are 6 sheets of your pattern paper for trimmer cuts. Then you'll see pieces like this that are Cricut cuts. I encourage you to do the very same thing. These are all attached inside Cricut, which means that when you click Make It on this Cricut file, it's going to spit it out on the mats just like this. Like the circles are going to be in the upper left. The squares are going to be in the upper right. When this spits out, they're not all going to be just kind of shoved into the way Cricut wants to put them. So I have attached them where they're going to spit out just like this. So what I encourage you to do is when you get your Cricut mat out of the Cricut machine, set it next to this guide. When you're pulling off the circles in the top left, put them in pile number 4. Then when you move over to the squares next to it, put them in pile number 13. You're going to run into a little bit of headache. Look at all of these squares that are all white. Many of them are the same size. Some of them are close to the same size. Can you even imagine the headache you're going to have measuring these and seeing if they're going to fit on the stamping space? And oh my gosh, it's going to be a mess. Just pull them off the mat and put them in the pile that the guide tells you. So you can see right here, C18. So that goes in pile number 18, pile 9, pile 15. Okay. Easy as can be. So the cutting guide is very easy to decipher. If you guys want to be even quicker about how to create this, my add-on kit, you guys know, or if you're watching, most of you know, that I give my customers free pre-cut kits when they place orders with me. It's a thank you gift. And so every month I will have a stamp of the month kit that you guys will see the videos here on the business page when we assemble all the projects. But then you're also going to hear something about an add-on kit. And an add-on kit is a pre-cut kit. It changes every single month. And it's just a thank you gift for my customers that spent a little bit more money. So they can actually earn 2 pre-cut kits. The add-on kit is always while supplies last. Now I mentioned that because I only have a few of these left, but this month for my add-on kit for my customers, they are getting something really special. This was a labor of love, let me tell you. Maybe some bad words thrown in there, I'm not real sure, but oh my gosh, it was a task. What I have done is all of the cardstock pieces and the Cricut pieces are all cut inside this envelope. There are so many pieces in there, you guys, holy cow. That this is going to be my add-on kit. I only have a few of them left. I'm going to say it again. This is my add-on kit for the month of May. So if you spend $125 with me this month, you're going to earn this for free as long as I still have them in stock. You're going to earn the other stamp of the month kit for free just for shopping with me. Now, the only thing you're going to have to cut an exception to earning this for free, the only thing you have to cut with your paper trimmer are the 6 sheets of the pattern paper. I have cut everything else for you. All of the cardstock pieces and the Cricut, all the stamping pieces, they're all in here. You don't cut anything with your paper trimmer besides the 6 sheets of the pattern paper. So you guys will have the paper cut in only minutes. I have done all of the hard work for you. This also opens up the door for those people that maybe don't have Cricut, and they still want to put the cards together. So this is a way that you can earn all of the Cricut things totally free. Yes, I said totally free. This is just a gift from me. You're not committing yourself to a club. You're not committing yourself to ordering every month. It's nothing like that. It's just a thank you gift in the mail. I'm not going to bug you. I'm not going to hound you. That's not how I roll. So this, like I said, I only have a few of them left. Once they're gone, they're gone. I'm not cutting them again. So this is the add-on kit. So if you guys maybe love the cards, which I'm going to show you in a moment, maybe you don't have Cricut, maybe you don't want to take the time to use your Cricut, maybe you just want to make this quick and easy, then this deal is for you. Okay. So you guys my customers can get the cutting files for a $25 order on my website. but it just kind of goes up from there with the perks. Okay. If you order 75, you get the stamp of the month kit. If you order 125, you get the stamp of the month kit and you get the add-on kit. So it just kind of compounds all the specials and the gifts. And if you guys are listening to this and you're not a VIP with me, oh my gosh, please reach out to me. You are leaving money on the table, girlfriends. It is such an amazing program. There's really just no hidden whatever bad things. It is very amazing. So reach out to me. I do have a video that I filmed a while back about the VIP program. Maybe it's probably time for me to bump that again. But it's an amazing program, and I think that you will enjoy, especially the perks and the additional workshop files and things like that my VIP customers get that just my outside customers do not get. So, those of you that are wondering what all those cardstock pieces look like, well, there you go. There is a stinking ton of them in there. So let's talk about the supply listing very quickly. Then we're going to move on to showing you guys the cards, and then we'll be done in like a quick jiffy. Okay. So we are going to use a pack of the, pardon me, words are hard today. Oh my gosh. A pack of the May, June mix-in paper. You guys know mix-ins are so great because they're created to coordinate with both of the paper collections that are inside our catalog, which also translates into the fact that they're very generic in pattern and theme because they're given to work with a wide variety of papers. So you can see, like, there's no, leaves and trucks and dogs, and there's none of that kind of stuff on here. It's just very generic, very geometrical things on here, fun patterns. Absolutely love this one because it's very rainbow-ish. I love it. So this is what we use. These are the 6 pieces of the pattern paper that you will be cutting with your paper trimmer, but you'll need 1 pack of the mix-ins. You're going to need a few sheets of the colored cardstock unless you get My Cricut cuts for free, and then all of your cardstock pieces that you'll need are already cut for you, so you don't need to add any of those. But over in the supply listing on the blog, it lists everything out for you guys as well. So if you want to go have a look at that when you're getting your order together, you certainly can. But you're just going to need 2.5 sheets of black, 2 sheets of white, 1 sheet of Flamingo, Nectarine, Lemonade, Capri, Mink. Remember, when you guys are ordering, you can make your own custom cardstock packs now. I don't know if everybody knows that or not. It's amazing. I asked when we were having breakfast with the executive team a couple years ago. I said, how many sweet little people do you have in the warehouse that are hand picking all of those cardstock sheets? And they said, oh my gosh, yes, there's tons of them back there. I thought it just does my heart good to know that when we order a cardstock pack, like, they've literally been touched by human hands that pack them for us. I don't know why that makes me so sentimental, but it does. So you can build your own cardstock collection, which makes it so much better than having to order full sets of them, right? Of the 24 sheets. So you're going to need those cardstocks. You're going to need 40 card bases and envelopes because it makes 40 cards. I'm so excited. You're going to need if you want to use the twine, now this is my thing on the twine. You guys have probably heard me say this before. Close to My Heart does not carry much in the way of twine and ribbon anymore. So I buy all of my twine on Amazon. It is so price efficient. It's not even funny. This twine right here was 2 cents a foot. 2 cents a foot, you guys. It is crazy. So this comes from Amazon. The link is on the supply listing, which is also over in the blog. But it comes with a group of 3. It comes with a black metallic, a silver metallic, and then a white that's more of like an iridescent. So 3 of the rolls at, I don't know, like $9, $11, something like that. I did the math before when I created the files several weeks ago, and it came out to 2 cents a foot. So it's very inexpensive. I did not, I of course will tie my bows a little differently than everyone else. Some people might not want a bow. Some people do want a bow. They just want a knot. Some people don't want twine at all. So the twine is only going to be a few pennies, whether you choose to use it or not use it. But what I did was I took all of the consumable supplies, so your paper, your card bases, your embellishments, and totaled them all up. And you're looking at $1.23 per card. That is insane, you guys. Absolutely insane. And if you want to add some twine, it's literally just going to add a few pennies if you choose to use that, okay? But $1.23 per card. I don't know what is not to love about frugality. I love getting really cool stuff with not a lot of money. That makes me very happy. So you are going to need, the reason why I want to mention this is that I put a little asterisk here on the supply listing. Again, all of this is over on the blog as well. But I put together 20 of the 40 cards. So I put together one set since there's 2 exact sets that can come from this cutting guide, okay? I used an entire package of the black and white dots. I did not have any left over. And I used almost a package of the black hearts. There were a few leftovers. Now, if you guys, I'm so sorry, I'm going to sneeze here in just a minute. You guys have been warned. If you guys want to create your cards exactly like mine, and you want to create all 40 of them, you're going to need 2 packages of each of these. Okay. Now, if you guys want to just use the leftover hearts from the first set and use them on the second set, and you're going to understand that not all of your cards are going to look like mine and not all of your cards are going to have an acrylic heart on them, then you do whatever, it works best for you. But I just did want to mention that you guys are going to need one of these for both sets of 20. So if you want to put 40 together, you're going to need to put 2 of those on your order. If you just want to put 20 together, that's okay too. Okay. So then the stamp sets that I used are so fun, you guys. How many people, I have to wonder, bought the Operation Smile stamp set when it came with our annual catalog back in September and have yet to ink that sucker up? I have to just wonder. Well, I'm one of those people. I have had this thing since it came out in September, bought it because it's a good cause, bought it because it has fun sentiments, bought it because I loved it, and just never used the darn thing. So I was able to incorporate nearly every single sentiment. I think this is the only one I didn't use into this card workshop. Some of them I used twice, but every one of them except the one I used once. So this is going to be such a fun stamp to put on here. Now, when you guys are going to notice when we flip through these cards and I give you a good up close look at them, they have really great usable sentiment spaces. So they're not funky shaped. They're not like, in a weird, super long rectangle or super, weird shapes that it's only going to hold a certain style or size of stamp image. You can see most of them are just like white circles or white squares. So they are going to hold a lot of different sentiments. And so that means that if you guys want to flip flop them and stamp something different where I stamped, one of the sentiments, then you have so much ability to do that. If you want to create birthday cards or thank you cards in place of these sentiments, you can do that as well because it has such great usable spaces. So we use the Operation Smile stamp. This is a brand new stamp set from the May-June catalog. It's called A Million Reasons. It's super duper, just really fun and encouraging. It's a little difficult to read, to see what it is, what it says, because I've loved it a lot already. But go check it out either in the catalog if you guys have a hard copy, or you can look over on the online version, but it's called A Million Reasons, and you can have a good up close look at that stamp set as well. Again, really great usable sentiments that you guys are going to want to grab over and over and over again. Then another stamp set that I use that you're going to get a good look at this as we flip through the cards. It's also from the annual book, and it's called Perfectly Imperfect. Oh my gosh, you guys, words are hard. Perfectly Imperfect Patterns. And this is a great stamp set that I like to say when you want to add a little something, something, but you don't want to add too much. This is a great way to add a little bit of color, a little bit of flat texture, if you will, without all the work of your distress oxide inks and your splatters from your shimmer brushes and all of those things that just add another element. And quite frankly, I'm just not really all that patient to let them dry. If I'm just being honest, that this is going to dry instantly. I love it. I love it. So, I'm going to give you guys an up close look at the cards. I'm trying to keep the video quick, but it sometimes doesn't happen that way. So let's have an up close look at these cards. And I think you guys will automatically be thinking and seeing ways that you can really make them your own. You can make them masculine if you want to do that. Like this one, if maybe your boys don't want the metallic twine or they don't want the hearts, you can absolutely change those out. You've got great stamping sentiment spaces that you can add a sentiment of your choice. Hello, Miss Ava. I'm so glad you're here, beauty. So we're going to have an up close look at these. I'm going to give you guys a few little peeks. As you can see, this is where, look right here, this little splotchiness, that is from that background stamped. I think this is the third stamp set we've had like this, and every single one of them, I've referred to it as the paint splotchy set. I know it's real professional, right? But you're going to hear me call it the paint splotchy set. But it is just a fun way to add a little bit of color back behind a stamping sentiment. So This is just, some of these are even done in second generation. So they're a little bit lighter, and that black is really showing through. It's very, very crisp. So this you can see is just that little paint splotchy little swipe of color back behind there. This one is super fun. It's got like this one here. This one is done in mink right here. And then it has some of these smaller ones that you can see right here done in the flamingo. And you can see it's just a fun way to add a little bit of something. Add a little bit of color, not overbearing, not making it too crazy, but you're just adding a little bit of color. It's not really competing with your sentiment, because your sentiment is still very bold, very easy to read on top of it. So of course you guys are going to want to use ink colors that are lighter than whatever color you're choosing for your sentiment. I of course used black. But I feel like it's such a great way to add, you know, a little bit of that quiet texture that's very quick and very easy to use. I'm so glad you like it, Teresa. I love it too. Karen says, I love the paint splotch set. Thank you. I keep forgetting to use it. I know. In fact, I'd had mine put away for a while too, until I decided I was going to do a card workshop, and I got to looking through to see what sentiments would be perfect. And I saw it and I thought, oh my gosh, it's got to be, I have to use it. So yes, I totally love it. Okay, this one is super cute. You can see even some fun ways to use those little teeny tiny sentiments that are in those stamp sets. And again, just a little bit of quiet texture. Got some of that mink ink back there. I just love them, you guys. I love them. Very simplistic. You know, that's just how I roll. I'm just not one for all the frou-frou stuff. Like, I love the frou-frou stuff. I love it. It's just not me. It's totally not me. And at the heart of it, I just have to create artwork that is just, you know, expresses my own personal style. So you can see here, we've got some of that second generation splotchiness with the pink. This one does not show on camera as well as it does in real life. This is actually significantly pink. It just does not look pink on camera. But I filled in the big with that pale pink marker, and I think it's just a fun little burst of color. I don't know. I'm very easily entertained. You guys know this by now. Hello, Miss Katie. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That means so much coming from you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Little bit of orange happening here. And again, you guys, you could see how easily you could really make this a masculine card with no trouble. If you don't want to add the heart, take off the little heart. The rest of it, it's just totally, it could work very well for a masculine card. I mean, raise your hand if you have no problem sending hearts to your cards for your men or with silver metallic twine, because I don't mind. But some people, they're not a fan. That's okay. You can see here more of that fun little pink splotches. This was one of the bigger paint splotches in second generation, like right here. And then this one is this fun little guy here in first generation. So you guys can layer them up, okay? This is probably as textured as you're going to get with my artwork, because I just don't do all the fancy stuff. But I think it's very, very cute. I don't know why I can't talk today, you guys. Oh my gosh, I promise. There's no day drinking happening here. Only tea today. So very cute, very simplistic, but you guys are going to be able to put them together very quickly. The whole thing is going to come together super quick. You can see here's another one of those really fun little splotchy stamps with the capri. I just think it's super cute and just adds a little fun bit of something on your card. I love the mint with the true blue on top of it. That one is really cute too. So you guys can see really usable sentiment spaces. There's more of that pink. I don't know why I'm just obsessed with that pink and black and white. And you guys can see nearly every single card has a black acrylic shape on it, has black and white dots on it. There is twine in many of them, however, not all of them. So if you guys want to kind of experiment and use embellishments from your stash, you certainly can do that. Or if you want your cards to look like mine, you can order the supplies that are on the supply listing. And this is going to make, again, 2 each of 20 individual designs. So 40 cards total, and $1.23 is what the consumable supplies came out to be per card. $1.23. And golly, guys, you just about can't buy a card less than that. And you get the enjoyment of making it, right? Yay! And so, like I mentioned previously, guys, I do have consultants that enjoy using my cutting files for their own business. They're absolutely welcome to do that. It blesses me that it's helpful to them. And just know that one of the reasons why I usually will create card workshops where there are duplicates is because it very easily can be split. So you can split it between 2 customers if you need to do that. And you also, if you are going to create the cards as samples, you're actually only having to create half of them because the others are exactly like it. Does that make sense? It's like, you know, let's make the most of our time too. It is very important, right? So that is all over on the blog, guys. If you want to read about all the fine details, it's over at justcrazyblessed.blogspot.com. For a $25 order on my website, you can earn the cutting files totally free, or you can get them through PayPal. The link is on the blog. Or if you're a customer of mine, or you would like to be a customer of mine, and you want to save yourself a lot of trouble, you can place an order and earn all the Cricut cuts. All the cardstock pieces are in here. I try to cut, if it's not a 12-inch piece of paper, it's getting cut with a cardstock, with the Cricut if it's cardstock. I don't usually cut pattern paper with my cardstock just because it doesn't, this whole philosophy with giving them away doesn't work the same with pattern paper as it does with cardstock. So every bit of cardstock that you guys need for the cards is cut in this packet, and you can earn that totally free through my Stamp of the Month program. So that video is pinned at the top of this business page that you guys are welcome to have a look at. Send me your questions if you have them. Let me know how I can serve. It's my heart to do so. Thank you, Karen. I am so grateful. I appreciate that. But let me know how I can help, guys. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, if you're planning on receiving these free through my Stamp of the Month program, please know that these are first come, first serve, and I'm nearly out of them. I only have a couple left. I think two or three maybe, to get us through the rest of the month. And once they're gone, I don't restock them. And so they're just whoever gets to them first gets them. So just know that they're limited supply, and don't be surprised if in a couple days there are no more left. So if you guys have questions, shout at me. Always happy to help. And until then, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.